it's Dave here. Yeah, it's me. We're getting suited up to go on a ride. So I got my goggles on. Today we're going to be doing a ride. So we're going to try and go up to Cleater. It's a little town about 10 miles from where we are right now. And check it out. So if you like this video and enjoy it, give it a thumbs up, please. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. So here we go.
So someday when my ship comes in, I know just what we'll do. We'll pack our bags and quit our jobs and have a holiday for two. We'll pack our bags and quit our jobs and have a holiday for two.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Dave here, Holiday for Two. Today we're going to take you on a little ride down Antelope Creek Road to the little town called Cleater, Arizona. Look at the map here, I'll show you. We're going to be going down Antelope Creek Road, starting off just south of Cordis Station. And eventually we're going to wind up intersecting with Road 89, which is the road that takes you to Cleater. This is also the same road that takes you, if you stay on it, it'll take you up to Crown King up north. All of this area is old mining area, going back to the late 1800s. Actually, the original name of the town of Cleater was, get this, Turkey Creek. Yeah. Way back in 1864, this little town was called Turkey Creek. And this whole area was the Turkey Creek Mining District. Now, this is Antelope Creek Road that we're coming down. It's just a beautiful drive. And the road is well maintained and graded. And at one time, believe it or not, years ago, this was the main road between Prescott and Phoenix. That's why a lot of people would stop at Cordis Station and get gas and groceries, maybe a little bite to eat or something, then head on down the road. This was back way before they built the I-17. Now, the little bit of history that I found out, it was kind of interesting, of the town of Cleater. It was originally Turkey Creek way back in the 1860s, and it was a mining town. And it was owned by a man who bought it. His last name was Nellis, and he operated the whole town until about 1901. And then a man named Cleater, James Cleater, bought the town from him around 1903, and then changed the name eventually from Turkey Creek to Cleater, Arizona. Started a post office there and everything. And kind of interesting, because James Cleater, I found out, was a Manx. Now, I don't know, I've never heard that before, but I looked it up to see what a Manx was. And believe it or not, there are a group of people who were originally from like the north part of Ireland, and whose ancestors were Viking and Celtics, kind of a mixture there. And he was a Manx, and they're from the Isle of Man, a small population of people from that area. But he came to America way back in the 1880s, I think it was, on a ship from Scotland, and he eventually wound up in California doing some gold mining. Then he came out to Arizona and did some gold mining back around 1900s, or like 1900. And that's, of course, when he ended up, I guess, maybe made his fortune in some gold and decided to buy the town of Cleater. Or buy the town and then name the town after himself. And his family owned the town even when he died. Up until 1920, the Cleater family owned the town up until 2020, and then they sold the town recently. Put it on the market for a price of about $1.25 million for the whole area. And somebody has bought it. I guess somebody bought it. I remember when it was for sale. And people were talking about it, and there's a bar there, the Cleater bar is still there. And it's been a favorite for all these years for ATV riders and jeepers who are going up to Crown King. They always make a little stop there at the Cleater bar, and they call it the Cleater Yacht Club. You'll find out why. If you don't know why they call it the Cleater Yacht Club, watch the video at the end. When we get into town, you'll find out why. It's kind of funny. I don't know, maybe the family loved boats and stuff. They kind of collected, I have a collection of boats there. And you'll see in the video. And on the weekends, when people would come through, especially the wintertime, People would stop in at the bar, get a drink. It's one of those bars that you've probably seen before in other places where people stick dollar bills on the wall and they stick them all over. So when you walk in, if you watch the video in a few minutes, I kind of do a little scan inside. You can see some of those dollar bills stuck around. There's another bar like that way out in by Canyon Lake. There used to be a place in Scottsdale called the Pinnacle Peak Restaurant, which is no longer there. Great steaks. They cut your tie off when you got a meal and stuff. And it was like kind of the old West. But they've since sold the property and built houses there, of course. But this is just a beautiful ride. We're still on Antelope Trail here, riding along. Antelope Creek Road. And you're getting down in kind of a little valley here. And this is a fun, speaking of Turkey Creek, there's a fun ATV ride. My friends were doing it this weekend. We didn't do it on the quad. I haven't yet done it on the quad, but they love to do this ride. And it's kind of straight ahead. If you're looking in the video right there, it just goes straight ahead over that little hill right there, and you drop down into a creek area. And that's Turkey Creek. And it's quite a ride. If you know anything about doing Jeep rides around this area, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's a couple little tricky areas on that trail. It's not a trail you're going to do in a car. No way. There's a lot of roads out here that are drivable with regular cars like this one. But there's a lot of fun trails that are really meant for four-wheel drive, high clearance vehicles, ATVs, Razors, those kind of things. Jeeps that are modified, or Tacomas and Ford F-150s if you got four-wheel drive and you got a good ground clearance. Any of those kind of vehicles, you could probably do some of those trails. Although the Turkey Creek, it's got one little tricky spot. I don't think I'd want to take a pickup truck on it. It's got like a little cliff overhang where you're kind of going along the side of a cliff. At least that's what I've seen. I've never done it yet. Not yet. One of these days. It's just a beautiful, crystal clear day. I think the weather was starting to warm up a little bit. We're like 80 right here, 79, but it was still nice. It's a dry heat. You ever heard that? If you're not from Arizona, you'll hear that a lot when you come out here. It's a dry heat. Those of you from back east, you know what I mean. If you've ever been back east in the summertime, with the humidity, that's a whole different level of heat, right? You get out here, it's 100 degrees and it's dry. It's still kind of tolerable. You get to Florida or Alabama, Mississippi, and it's 100 degrees. Oh my goodness, that's just a whole different level of heat. Now here we are reaching the junction. This is going to come on junction for Highway 59, or Road 59, I'd rather call it. Or Crown King Road, that's even better. Let's call it Crown King Road. It's not really a highway. But you take this, take Road 59 or Crown King Road, keep going on this road, you'll run into Cleater. And if you keep going past Cleater another 10 miles or so, that's when you'll run into Crown King, Arizona. And all this area, of course, is old mining towns. A lot of old mining towns and old mines out here, which are fun to explore if you ever get out here. I would highly recommend, though, if you get off of this road and start getting off on the other roads, make sure you got a good four-wheel drive vehicle with good ground clearance, because there are some rugged areas up here and you don't want to get off on a stock vehicle. That's just dangerous. You see those telephone lines around here? That's because people live out here. A lot of folks live out here. It really surprised me how many homes I see out here. We're coming up at the fact where if you keep going straight on this road up here, instead of making the turn, that'll take you up into some areas where there are some homes. We saw some ranches back here, really pretty, some really pretty spots. And there must be property for sale. So, hey, you're looking for property, might be a nice area. This road is Crown King Road. If you go back the way we just came and keep on this road, you'll wind up intersecting with I-17. And these guys you just saw passing us, they're probably going to Crown King too. I would say it's a good time of day. They're leaving early in the morning to get up there. Cleater is about 3,500 feet. Crown King, though, that's almost 6,000 feet. I think 5,800, something like that. Because you get up into the pines there. And it's really nice on a hot day. If it's warm down here in Cleater, you can almost be assured that it's going to be nice up in Crown King. And I did a video on that. We took our truck and went all the way on this road up to Crown King. And it's not a bad road. There are some narrow spots, so you do want to be careful. I remember the day we took this road in the pickup truck, we met an ambulance coming down from Crown King. I thought, oh my goodness, I would not want to be I wouldn't want to be riding in an ambulance all the way down this road, especially if you're in a real hurry to get them back to a hospital. Here's where you turn. Now you see where it goes straight there? If you went to the right there and kept going, that runs into some of those ranches I was telling you about. And there's even little post boxes here, mailboxes right there. So there's people that live out here. And there must be, of course, property for sale. This is that trail, I think, if I look at my map, is 9224A. And then this area that we're coming up in just a minute, we're going to actually go down into Turkey Creek. There's a bridge that goes across Turkey Creek coming up here in a minute. And I'll let you know in just a minute. I'm looking at the map while we're driving here. We're coming up on a gold mine called the Golden Belt Mine. It'll be off to the left side. I'll let you know when to look for it. We're going to come up over the hill here and then drop down. And we're going to be in you'll see a bridge in just a minute. We're going to cross over that bridge into Turkey Creek. Turkey Creek. Cracks me up. I don't know how I got the name Turkey Creek. That would be fun to look up. I know out here, popular sport is hunting wild turkey. Maybe there's wild turkeys in Turkey Creek. Who knows, right? You get out here, you got to look out for rattlesnakes and look out for javelinas, especially in the wintertime, because they're like all over the place. And those little buggers will be mean sometimes. You got to really watch them. Here we go. Now we're dropping down into Turkey Creek. Off to the left there is that Golden Belt Mine I was talking about. Let's see if I see it on the video here. I started doing this video because it's the camera that I'm using is a GoPro, and it is just so nice because everything's so smooth, and it's a bumpy road sometimes, but everything I think it really makes it nice to watch because it's so smooth. I've had some comments on my dash cam cameras, and dash cam cameras are just, some of those cameras just don't handle the bumpy roads very well. Not like a GoPro. The GoPros have what they call image stabilization, so it makes it a lot smoother. Off to the left there, there's that mine we just passed, the Golden Belt Mine. And the whole time you're climbing here, we actually might be even going up a little bit right in here. See what my altitude is according to my yeah, we're at this point here, we're about 3,500 feet, and in just a few seconds we're going to come along another mine here called the St. John's Mine. After we come up over this hill and go back down, and the little thing can come up. It was just a beautiful day though, nice day to get out, do a ride. It wasn't exactly the kind of ride that's challenging, but Tammy likes that because she doesn't like the challenging rides. She likes this kind of ride. She'll go all day on this kind of a ride, but to get some of the rough stuff, she doesn't like that too well. Now we're climbing up here. Got my eye open to see if I can see some signs of where that mine is. I know as you go, believe it or not, there used to be a railroad through here, way back in the 1900s through 1920, I think. And they finally tore all the railroad tracks out, like in the 1930s. Yeah, but there was a railroad train that went through here. It went through Cordis, probably came down that Antelope Creek Road, kind of followed that, wound up in Cleater, and then wound up in Crown King. And it was a road that trains would use to haul the ore from Crown King mine down into the valley, down to Cordis, so that they could pick it up and take it on into Prescott or Phoenix. Now right through here the road's really nice. There are a few spots as you start getting up the hill where it narrows down. And so you do want to kind of watch for that. Like the bridge that we just crossed over on Turkey Creek. Some of those bridges can be a little bit narrow. There's a couple, I think there might be one or two more river bridge crossings where it gets down to one lane. So it's no big deal. You just watch ahead and see who's coming. And just kind of take turns and stuff. There we go. Now we're coming into Cleater's just ahead. We're not too far away now. You can kind of see it. Now, if you look up ahead in that little valley past Cleater, that's where Crown King is. This road just continues right up that valley and keeps climbing till you get up into Crown King. It's a beautiful drive. And you get to Crown King, that's a fun drive too. There's a couple little taverns up there, little places to get something to eat. There's the old general store where they have hamburgers and french fries and sandwiches. There's also another one as you're going into town on the left. You kind of have to go up on the hill, and I can't remember the name. It's like an old mine. An old mining mill up there. In fact, I think that's what they call it, the mill. And they have burgers and steaks, and it's a really nice place to eat. I do remember the one time we got there and we had to wait a long time for food because it was so busy. So if you go on a really busy weekend in the wintertime and you get there, if you hit that place right at noon, watch out because you might have to wait to get some food. It's probably better to hit that place right around 11 and get your food ordered rather than wait till around noon or 1 o'clock, because then you get all the ATV guys, the Jeep guys come in, and everybody's ready to eat, and that place, it will get packed. And of course, Cleater will get packed in the afternoons because you got everybody coming down the hill. See, they're coming down from Crown King, and they know that they're getting close to the freeway or getting close to get back on the I-17, so they'll stop in Cleater, have a beer or have a drink or maybe have something to eat and just chit chat for a while or whatnot, and then get back on the road. And so Cleater's kind of like the one everybody hits in the afternoon on the way back. There we go. I noticed they were building something here off to the right. They had some graders up here, so I'm just kind of curious. Maybe they're going to build some new stores, maybe some new homes, maybe somebody's bought property. I know when they sold this property, it included all the buildings and stuff in with the purchase price, and you could lease the property out to other people or sell it outright. But sit back, take you around, show you inside the Cleater Bar and Grill, the Cleater Yacht Club. There's the Black Scorpion. I think she said they open around 11. The bar and the store and everything. They're kind of like on their own time schedule here. But it is Sunday. A miner's wishing well. Oh, here we go. I'll make a wish. There we go. I made a wish. This town's been here for a long time. It's kind of a stagecoach stop on the way up to Crown King, which is that way. I actually did a video on Crown King. We did this ride all the way up to Crown King. I'll put a link up in the corner up so you can click on it if you want to find out more about Crown King. It's probably about another 10 miles up the road. They even have a special reserved parking for Jeeps. You kind of have to have a Jeep to get the joke, I guess. Yeah. There's the general store and the bar. Yacht Club. We've come through here several times in the past, and well, they have a nice little picnic table over here. Look at this. If you want to bring a picnic lunch, you can sit over here and eat your lunch. Sometimes they have live music here. People come out and play music. And on big weekends, especially in the wintertime when the weather's really nice. Today's not too bad. This is mid-April and it's starting to warm up already. And it's windy. And I don't have my microphone. Sorry. Normally I have a little clip-on microphone for the wind, but when you're riding in the quad, grab what you can.
Oh, just a little.
Oh, yeah. Some quartz. Huh. 32 cents per gallon. That's a good deal. I gotta get a shot of the pirate ship here.
You guys in a side by side or?
Oh, we have the quad out there.
Okay, the quad.
Yeah.
Oh, the bath. Is that really a bathroom?
Yeah, check it out. I just used it.
Oh, I thought it was just a joke, like an outhouse. Oh, it says outhouse right here. Outhouse.
Here.
All right, Tammy says I have to film the bathroom. Look at all those license plates. Nebraska, Washington, Nevada, Texas. Wow. Those are the older plates. I used to have those a long time ago. We have some friends who are doing a ride today on a little trail called Turkey Creek, but they're probably starting 10 miles down the way that way. We weren't able to kind of hook up with them yet. I don't know if we'll see them here or not. Beep here. Cleater, Arizona. Established 1864. Now, Dad, what kind of truck is that? I'd say old, but kind of looks like a 30s, 35 Dodge. Maybe I'm wrong. A pickup, Dodge pickup. It's an old pickup. A few years ago, this whole town was for sale. You could buy this whole town. I think they sold it for like $1 million, 1.1 million. And I don't remember how many acres it had here. But basically you own everything. And I guess you lease out, rent out, whatever you want to rent out. Looks like they're getting ready to build something over there though. See, they graded off that hill over there where the tractor is, the grader. I hear wind chimes. All right. Well, shall we get back on the road?
Yeah.
Kind of took some pictures. Wow. I got a shovel, a wheel,
Yeah.
pans.
Talk about reuse.
Oh, pickaxes. That's what those are. These are old pickaxes.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny.